Hi everyone, it's Josh here again, and I'm here to talk more about Avacyn Restored. That's right, Avacyn. Not Avacyn, not whatever other way I may have butchered it, Avacyn. After watching the video last week and getting some comments, I realized throughout the entire video I was saying Avacyn Restored. And it's not pronounced like that, it's Avacyn Restored. So whoever pointed that out, thanks a lot, because I looked like an idiot. But hopefully I won't make a habit of butchering names, but it's probably going to happen. Hope you guys don't mind, and hope you bear with me until I can figure this stuff out. Another thing I noticed I do wrong is I use a lot. Sorry about that too. It's kind of a nervous twitch of mine, and I'm trying to get used to this whole talking to a camera while I'm filming this, and I don't have anyone here to film with me, because that would make it easier, because I could bounce stuff off of them and have them talk while I'm thinking what I'm going to say. So just know that I'm going to work on that too. But now it's time to get on what this video is about. This week at the PAX East Gaming Convention in Indianapolis, I believe, that started out with an interview with the design team of Avacyn Restored. They gave us a lot of information about the set, including all three of the mechanics that are going to be used and a bunch of cards. So this video mainly I'm going to be talking about what they said. Then I'm going to talk about the three mechanics, and there's the again. But I'm going to then review some cards that have been released over the last couple days that all use the new mechanics, so you guys can kind of see what they are. But what we've learned is that the werewolves will always be in their wolf mode. So what this means, I'm not quite sure. If werewolves' mana costs are going to be going up, which I think they will, because they don't have that downside of being in a human form where they're much weaker. Or I don't know if maybe they'll do something like add a text to it where if someone casts 2 or more spells, a werewolf can't attack. Because I could see them doing that too to kind of even it out. But that's just, they haven't released any werewolves either to see, so hopefully they don't just leave them at the low mana costs and we get giant creatures. Next, we found out that they will be releasing 3 factions of angels. One, all with their own legendary creatures, which I'm assuming one is Avacyn. They released another one, which is going to be a green-white. And they haven't released anything for what the third faction will be. But all these factions will have something called herons, which are a type of eagle, or eagle griffin type thing. I haven't seen any of those yet either to really know what they are. But now on to what the real kind of meat and potatoes of this video is about, are the three mechanics. 2 of them are new, one of them's returning. The returning one is obviously Undying. It was the better of, I think, the 2 mechanics in Avacyn by far and away, and it was used a lot more than Fate Flower was, because that ability was kind of a hard ability to use. But the 2 new ones are Soulbound and Miracle. We're going to look at there's 2 cards that have been released for Soulbound so far. We're going to look at both those abilities now, and then just to let you guys know, at the end of the video, at the PAX East 2, they also announced what the next block will be. At this video, I'm going to post a picture of the same picture they posted, and I'll talk about it after that. So here's the first card, which is, I'm not sure yet, but just wait and see. So here's the first card we're looking at, the Silverblade Paladin. It's 2 white, 1 colorless, for a 2/2 human knight. Has Soulbound, which reads, you may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters the battlefield. They remain paired as long as you control both of them. And then it also has the ability, as long as Silverblade Paladin is paired with another creature, both creatures have double strike. This is a rare. So overall, I do like the Soulbound ability that he has. It's The pairing system is nice because the humans, they wanted to kind of make them stronger, and this is a pretty good way to do it, with having kind of like representing, you know, the humans all coming together to go against this evil that is Grizzlebrand and the demons and all that stuff. And now as a card, and well, one other thing I want to clarify quick is with Soulbound. At the convention, there were a lot of people asking, does Soulbound work with, or can you bind Soulbound creatures with non-Soulbound creatures? And the answer is yes. If you wanted to, I don't know why you would do it, but you could bind this Silverblade Paladin with a, I don't know, Llanowar Elves, and they would both have double strike according to his abilities. So that's kind of good. The one thing that I don't really like about it is that it has to be until they die. You can't break the bond. You would have to figure out a way to break it, which would be by like killing the Llanowar Elves. So, or you could have to kill the Silverblade Paladin, but I don't think you'd want to do that because he's really good. And what the Silverblade Paladin does when it's bound is also a really good ability. It gives them double strike. So you could have a champion of the parish out, put out a Silverblade Paladin, and you could bind them, and they would both have double strike. So I overall think that's a really good ability. And now on to our next card that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so now we're on to the Wingcrafter. It is a 1/1 for 1 blue mana. Has Soulbound, and when it's Soulbound, it gives creatures it's Soulbound with flying. I think it's a really good 1 mana flying spell. Essentially, it's like a levitation almost, except with a 1/1 body attached to it. And I overall think it's really good, or I think it's a pretty good card. Once again, champion of the parish. Again, I think really you could do anything Soulbound with champion of the parish, and it's pretty good. So that's really all I'm going to say on this one, because there's a lot of cards to go through, and this one really there's nothing special about it, so it's pretty straightforward. However, on to the next one, which we're going to be looking at are Undying cards, because I'm going to save Miracle for last, because I think it's the best ability out of this. Okay, so this is the Demon Lord of Ashmouth. It's 2 black, 2 colorless. It's a 5/4 Undying. When Demon Lord of Ashmouth enters the battlefield, exile it unless you sacrifice another creature, and it has flying. I think this ability is a pretty good ability. You're getting a 5/4 for 4 mana with flying. The only downside is that you have to sacrifice a creature when it comes into play. However, if you are using an Undying deck, that really shouldn't be an issue because you want your creatures to die and come back. So, overall, that's what I think about that card. It's a rare. It's an Undying rare. I think it's okay. But on to the Miracle abilities, which are pretty cool. So here's the first one, and okay. This card is Temporal Mastery. It's 5 colorless, 2 blue. It's a really simple card when you get down to its absolute what it does. You take an extra turn, and then you exile it. But why this? I mean, alone 7 mana, take an extra turn. I would think that would be considered almost a mythic card value. But it also has the Miracle ability along with it, which is if you draw the card as your first card of the turn, you can cast it for its Miracle cost, which is 5 less than its regular mana cost. So, in a hypothetical game, considering most decks are Delver nowadays, so let's put it in perspective for a Delver deck. You play a Delver turn 1. You draw Temporal Mastery turn 2, so your Delver would transform. Deal your 3 damage for flying. Turn 3 then, on the turn that the Temporal Mastery would give you, you would draw another card, and then you would be able to attack for another 6, or do another 3, which would total 6 damage in 2 turns technically, because the card gave you an extra turn. And really, the ability, if you go first in the game, for someone to counter it is pretty... I can't think of any cards that can counter off 1 mana, but I don't remember. I think Mental Misstep might be, but not 100% sure. But the thing you'll notice about most of these miracle cards as I go through them, which I'm not going to probably get to anymore in this video, but a lot of them are 5 mana less than the actual mana cost. So you could have, I know there's a one where it's 5 colorless and a mountain, and the miracle is only a mountain. So, and a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, well, it's a miracle if you draw this card when you need it. And honestly, no, it's not. There's cards like Ponder, I think the blue Shrine from New Phyrexia lets you look at the top X cards and put them back in any order. There's lots of ways around to get this ability. It's just a matter of finding them. And that's really all I'm going to say about this card. And now I'm going to show you guys what the next block's going to be. Then we're going to come back. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Give you my whole finishing spiel. And that's about it. So here's the next. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We, in October of 2012, will be going back to Ravnica. I'm super excited about this because Ravnica is kind of where I restarted playing Magic there. I had stopped for a while because I just didn't really like it, or I was sick of it, wanted to take a break. Then Ravnica came out, and my friends had bought some decks from the set, and I was sold the second I saw them. They were really cool. Just everything about them was awesome. I really don't know what else to call it, but awesome. But what do you think? What do you guys think they're going to do with it? Do you think they'll keep the 2-color guilds, or do you think they'll get rid of the guilds completely? With this picture, though, it shows Jason Nev-Mizzet, so I'm assuming Nev-Mizzet will be in set 1, which is really cool because he was my favorite of the leaders of the Ravnica guilds. Actually, the guilds in general in Ravnica. But do you think they'll keep, or if you think they'll keep the guilds, do you think they'll maybe shift it to 3-color guilds instead of 2-color guilds? Do you maybe want to see them change up some abilities? I know personally, I would love to see them get rid of the Radiance ability that the Boros had. I thought that was terrible. Do you think they'll maybe shift some guilds around? Maybe make the Azoros evil? I don't know. Trying to just pull things out of my head. There's really so little information out there about it. All we know about it otherwise is that Magic is codenamed the 3 sets in the block Hook, Line, and Sinker, which I think that says it all. They know that this is going to sell a lot because it is Ravnica and it is going to be amazing. But I guess thanks a lot for watching this video. If you'd like, subscribe. Comment down below if you noticed anything I did wrong, or tell me about what you think of Ravnica and what you want to see them do with the next set. Did you play during the Ravnica block? If you did, what was your favorite guild? I'm kind of curious about that because I've always found that people have one guild and that's all they play. So thanks for watching, and I should have another video up within the next next day, hopefully, maybe in the next couple hours. But thanks a lot for watching. Bye.